head still, your hands will stay still. Okay, what happened there?
I still.
Yeah, and your hands rolled over. Okay. There's a slight disconnect between your bottom half and your top half. Bottom half's trying to twist, but the hands and upper body don't go with it. So you're starting the bottom half, and you're leaving the top half behind a little bit, and then trying to play catch up. Imagine, I'll show you this. Go ahead, set yourself up. Take your step, start your swing. Okay? Now, see, now if you move your arms, okay, now how are you going to get your hands to here? Ready? Go ahead. Okay. So now, this time, don't move your arms, just twist your body. And again, see how strong you are when you do that? So there's two things that happen. And that first swing, that's what you've been taught to do, which is this. But what you've been doing is turn your hip just a little bit. Just turn your hip a little bit more. Very good. Now try and pull your hands through if you don't. Ready? Pull your hip. Okay. So now you're starting to lean backwards, so that means you're going to start swinging uphill. So what you've got to do is you've got to connect this with this, okay? Ready? Take a step and, yes, and then release. Okay? You want to hit with your legs and your butt, okay?
Okay.
And the only way you can do that is keep your arms still.
Okay.
Feels funny, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay? So remember, it's like hold your shirt, rotate.
Okay.
Ready? And keep it together. Hold it just for a second. You'll touch this. Keep it together. Yeah. Big difference, isn't it? Yeah. Simple up.
Very true. Very, very true. Oh,
I want that. He gives up a lot of time to try and help kids.
He does.
So you know what? He does a lot of work, but some of it's just not the right stuff. But he does. He gives it a lot of time. And rotate. Yeah. So you just keep your hands connected to your body and.
Oh, I got it.
And then don't do that. That's a disconnect. And you can feel it too, because it doesn't feel as solid. Because here's the upper body working, and my bottom half's already down.
Okay.
This is where you're going to tighten up your six pack. Tighten up your core. You got it? Imagine I'm holding your back and you're going to try and pull it around. How do you pull it around? Yes, you've got to make sure you're all connected. Yes. Okay? So if it's rolling, when can it spin? It can't. It has to stop. Same as you. Unless you, when you get forward, you've got to stop in order for you to rotate. So you keep drifting. How does your hand get to the front? How does it go around if you drift? It can't. So that's why it goes that way and it goes up in the air.
Okay.
It's because I suddenly, whoa, I started the motion, but I just kept going. Hang on, my hand's back here. Well, if I'd stopped, it would be here.
Okay.
You've got to find a way. And that's why we talk about resistance. Creating that resistance so we can fly. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So it's shifted. So it's sway and shift.
Oh, wait, no, I wasn't ready.
Too busy thinking. Okay.
Yes.
So shift the weight back. So negative, forward, explode.
Okay.
And the more that you can shift it backwards, the more you can create that negative motion, like a bow and arrow. If I pull the string back a little bit, how far does the arrow go?
Not that far.
So I want to pull the weight back a little further, and it's not much, but it's exponential. It really sends that arrow flying.
Okay.
So the same thing, if I can shift my hips back a little bit, and then shift it forward again, just see how much more energy you just created. And then stop and just let it all go. Okay? that you drifted forward, when did you go round?
I did.
You didn't. No, exactly. Got to create that rotation in order to create the energy. Oh! Yeah, that might hurt. But yeah, so that's what it's all about. Okay, rotate. Twist. I'm holding you back.
Yes.
So in the morning, you keep those hands. Yeah, it's funny how that all works. Woo, look out, something's gonna get hurt. Probably me. Don't worry about it. Good. So that's all it is making sure that you can do this. All it is. Put them all together and rotate. Good, nice job. And again, just feel that rotation. Uh-oh. So, on those ones there, you start the rotation and then you drift.
Yeah.
Okay? And every time you drift, your hands cannot overtake your body. So imagine, okay, here's a ball spinning so you can create that rotation. But if it rolls, it's going forward, when can it rotate? If it's rolling, when can it rotate around?
What do you mean?
Well, if a coin is spinning,
Yes.
it's spinning around an axis point, right?
Yes.
Okay? So if it's rolling, when can it spin?
Can't.
It can't. It has to stop. Same as you. Unless when you get forward, you've got to stop in order for you to go rotate. So you keep drifting. How does your hand get to the front? How does it go around if you drift? It can't. So that's why it goes that way and it goes up in the air.
Okay.
It's because I suddenly, whoa, I started the motion, but I just kept going. Hang on, my hand's back here. Well, if I'd stopped, it would be here.
Okay.
You've got to find a way. And that's why I talk about resistance. Creating that resistance so we can fly. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So it's shift, so it's sway and shift.
Oh, wait, no, I was right.
Too busy thinking, okay.
Yes.
So shift the weight back, so negative, forward, explode. And the more that you can shift, get backwards, the more you can create that negative motion, like a bow and arrow. If I pull the string back a little bit, how far does the arrow go?
Not that far.
So I want to pull the weight back a little further, and it's not much, but it's exponential. It really sends that arrow forward. Is what's going to kill the ball. Imagine if you want to roll up a towel and snap it. When you start. Okay, we'll start out here. Now start out.
They don't have time.
That's exactly right. Okay, good. Now you learn. Okay. And that's what it's about. There it is, right here. Smile. It's okay. That's a tough finish. That's okay. That's quick hands. Smile. You're not going to hit them all perfect. I'm going to make sure of that. Okay? Sway and... So why do you think the low pitches are high?
Because I'm kind of coming at it at a weird angle.
Yeah, and you're throwing your hip. You throw your hip instead of rotating. So how that ball's down? How are you going to hit that? See, it goes, guess why?
Oh! Okay. Okay.
So think about that. You're here, and the first thing you do is this. Now, where's my bat angle now? It's backwards. And now, what am I going to do? So I let my hip slide,
Yeah.
and then I slice.
Okay.
Whereas if I did this, if I just pulled this through, over the left fielder's head. that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Right down to
I'm sorry. Okay.
Did you see what you just did
Yeah,
there?
I know.
Yeah. Walk that off. It's a habit.
Very much.
It's always hips. Yes. Always hips. The blister? Already?
What?
Blister already?
Yeah.
Oh, for goodness sake. Need a Band-Aid? What did you feel on your feet?
On my feet?
Yeah. What did you feel on your feet?
Ah,
Oh, no kidding. That's why I say your feet, because that's going to tell you everything.
okay.
If you don't feel resistance, if you don't feel your toes in your shoe pushing up against that front one on your left foot, if you don't feel your toes curl up and push, you're not pushing from the back side up against the front. It means you're drifting. Do this for me. Push up against your front, up against your left foot, so your toes curl up in your shoe. Push at your shoe. Push at your shoe so your toes are pushing up against your foot. So toes,
side?
the left leg,
Yes.
try to push your toes to the front of your shoe. Yeah, can you feel your toes?
Yes.
Okay, that means you're pushing. Now, do that again. Is it bleeding?
Yeah, I'm bleeding on one side. I got two.
Okay, so that's red on the hand. Now, push up against that toe, so your toes are curled, so they push up again, and then just ease forward till you feel no pressure. That's you. That's you drifting.
Yeah. Okay.
If you feel pressure, all that energy you create in here is going in your hands. It's going to get here. Because it can't go down because you're so solid on the ground. But if you relax on the ground, there's nothing in your hand.
Traction. Okay. Okay.
We call it resistance. Create energy. Create energy. It must go somewhere. But if you don't feel it in your legs, it can't get in your hands.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah. And if your mouth guard falls in the dirt,
Oh, God.
you better find someone. Come on.
Okay. You gotta keep pushing back.
Don't move your elbow. Sway and oh, you're struggling. I know.
I got it.
So it's all about, so if you can sway, go ahead and take yourself up. Think about your sway. You can pull your hips back towards the catcher. Yeah. Okay. We want to sway this weight because the bulk of our weight is below our shoulders and above our knees. So if we can shift our weight back a little bit, if I take my head down, my hip actually goes forward. It's called balance.
So I have to do it in a way that my head stays lifted.
So if I'm here, and I'll go this way because you'll see it. So if I stay here and I just sway here, my heel and my front foot's going to come off the ground because I'm going to push myself backwards. Push, see this? Push, step, explode. So sway. My front shoulder wants to be down here. So no matter what you do, in order to get your front shoulder down, you have to sway your hips. I take my head back, my shoulder goes up. Now my weight's here. But it's the wrong way. Because my hip, watch what happens to this hip when I take my head back. Let's go backwards. Watch this hip right here. Line it up with the net behind you and tell me if it goes backwards or forwards.
I'm gonna go forward.
No kidding. Because there's too much weight up here going this way. Whoa, I gotta balance it. So how much weight did I really take backwards? None. Now watch what happens this time. How much weight did I shift back? If you line it up behind me, well, my head didn't move very far, did it? Bang. I They have to be. You can't do it any other way.
Okay.
That's how you create resistance. Pitches. You watch a pitcher, when they get the fire, they get that front shoulder down, so they pull that hamstring. No different. So front shoulder down. So you're going to pull your hip back a little bit, pull the head back, step with me hand. But that's what you're after. You're going to feel that when you start. Sway it back and push. And again. Sway and push. Good. And you should feel pressure on your foot. That's what you're looking for. Sway and sway. Okay, stay like this. So when you go to sway, what I want you to do is watch me sway. There you go. And then heel on your front foot's going off the ground. There you go. And when you do that, you're going to pull it back. And then you're going to pick it up.
Okay.
Sway. Yes. As soon as it goes down, your head stops. Emma, help me to go round if your head keeps going forward. So if I do this, and then I do this, how can I rotate?
Okay. Yeah.
Sway, step, and then rotate. No kidding. Okay, so go again. So as soon as here's what I'm doing. Sway, step, and then all you're going to do is rotate. Rotate. Make sure this one goes that way, this one comes around. Yes, there you go. Okay? So you're going to step, stop, and just, with this, you're going to drive this around. Sway, step, drive it around. There you go. Okay, ready? Sway, step. The rotation is huge for you. A few more.
Yes.
Sway the hip back. Step and yeah. That's all it is. It's got to get that rotation. That's the difference in you. That's your power. Ready? Sway. Good job. Shake your hands. Good job. But that's